good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever this video finds you, it was meant to find you. I am your host, Sarah Jane. Thanks for showing up in my corner of the world, where we use tarot cards as a tool to communicate with our higher self. Now, we have both masculine and feminine energy within us. Your feminine energy is your vision. It's whatever your vision is that you're trying to create for yourself. Your masculine side is the tangible steps that you take toward creating that vision. If you can get both of these in alignment with each other, then you can completely recreate your life or continue creating your life in a beneficial direction. So today's read is the masculine read. If you haven't checked out the feminine read on Sunday, then I would say go back and check it out. I thought it was a pretty great read. I like to do the feminine reads on Sunday because it's before the week is starting. So what is your vision for the week? And then on Tuesdays, I like to do the masculine read because now we're 2 days into the week. What steps have we been taking toward our vision? And what steps do we have to continue taking in order to assist our vision in bringing it to life? So today is the masculine read. The way that I channel is I communicate directly with my higher self. That is the only place that I get messages from. So by you being here, your higher self is in communication with my higher self in order to bring forth messages. In other words, everything I'm getting ready to tell you are things that you already know on a very deep level. I'm simply here to provide you with encouragement and support and clarification. All right? So they always give me the visual of like two people sitting down for coffee. And in this case, I feel like it's your higher self and my higher self, and then you and I doing the same thing, okay? So it's us four sitting here having a talk about the direction that we're moving in life. So let's begin. As my higher self likes to say, let's chat. For those of you that are into angel numbers, 1144, we're getting ready to start the read, and it's 1144. Beautiful thing. All right. Okay. Ooh, right away I feel just excited and happy. The space is open to communicate with your higher self, and that in itself is being acknowledged, all right? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is time. It is important to put aside time to hear yourself. So things like this are important. All right, let's get some clarity. All right, so our masculine side, let's see, what do we have? Steps that we're tangibly taking this week. Dreams. Interesting. A lot of us have been having vivid dreams. Balance. Okay, so this is definitely a specific message. Meditation. Oh my gosh. Okay. So if you're having, first of all, I'm going to tell you right away before I even dive into it, if you've been having dreams lately, there are messages in the dreams. What you want to do is always write them down. Because as you go about your day, you tend to sometimes forget about it. So you always want to write it down. I have in my phone, in my notes, I write down every dream that I have. And it's extremely helpful because I can go back and link things together down the road. It's like, oh, I thought that I had a dream about that. And then I'll be able to go back and look at it. You're also taking it and you're putting it, kind of taking it out of yourself, and you're putting it down on paper or on your phone or however that works for you. But you're kind of separating yourself from that dream, especially if it was a dream that was emotionally taunting, you know, so you have like a scary dream or things like that. Sometimes you want to put them down because what you're doing is you're taking them out of you and you're just making it a note, you know, rather than a part of you per se. So we have dreams coming out in reverse with the number 26. That's an 8, which is infinitely connected. It's also about perspective. Okay, so there's some type of dream that I feel like you've recently had. Coming out in reverse like that makes me feel like you've already had the dream. interesting. It's also, oh wow, there's like a lot packed in here. I also feel like your dreams, like in other words, what you dream to do, right? I almost feel, okay. Sometimes you have to be quiet to hear yourself, you know? Okay. So you're trying to create something for yourself, right? Whether that be happiness, career, house, car, purpose, whatever that looks like, family, relationship, there's something that you're trying to create for yourself. Possibly recreate for yourself. That's the name of the game, right? You come down and you create, and then you recreate, and then you recreate, and then you recreate, and you get really good at your creations. So to me, I'm hearing both dreams and then your dream. So you may be having weird dreams, and what's happening is you're actually clearing energy in your dream that's going to assist you in creating what you're trying to create here. Okay? We have a huge, beautiful soul, and the soul fragments all over the universe. And you have all these little experiences as big experiences as a smaller version of yourself. Like who you are right now watching this is a smaller version of yourself, right? You're missing pieces to the puzzle because you're down here as one of those fragments to have this experience. On a higher spectrum, there's a higher self version of you that we're communicating with right now. Your higher self is trying to express to you that your higher self runs the show for all of these fragments, okay? Follow me. This is going to be important for you to know. Even though every fragment of yourself has a different experience, you're still interconnected. Okay, so there may have been previous experiences and other experiences that are going on in other realms or other worlds, other fragments of yourself. And when the energy is moved in those areas, it affects you here. Okay? So there may be weird, wild, vivid dreams that you've been having lately. What's happening is your energy as an entire unit is being moved in a beneficial fashion. All right? Your whole energy field as a unit is finding balance. When you can achieve balance, it's a very beautiful thing. You'll be able to achieve everything else that you're looking for. Okay? So it's coming out in reverse because they were telling me that there's dreams that you've been having. There's messages in those dreams. Write them down, take note, try to let go of the form and just look at the energy when you're taking time to kind of siphon out the dream. Just look at the energy. Okay, so that's going to be something to do this week. If you have had any vivid dreams or are having any vivid dreams, write them down. Ask your higher self to give you that clear message. What is it that I need to be told? Work with your higher self here and let go of the form. Just look at the energy. Okay, well, this is what happened. It was scary, but the energy was fear, right? It doesn't really matter the details of what happened. What you want to look at is what is the energy that was presented, okay? Because that's what's coming up. That's what's being moved in you as a soul. What's interesting is the balance card, as we move into the second card here, look at the balance card. It almost looks like all these little kind of fragments that they were giving me, right? All these little pieces of you coming together. So you're clearing energy on platforms that I don't even think you're aware of. And we tend to always, like, we have a dream and we think like, what could that mean? But we only associate it with here and now. And the fact is, we are beautiful, bright beings, and we are running the galaxy and beyond, okay? So it's all connected. So there's so many things that are going on. You may not even know exactly what it is. That's why it's just write it down, see if there's a message in it, and surrender it off and let it go. And always pick the perspective that you're clearing energy. Because you and your perspective, it's what's going to dictate the direction you go. So if you have a scary dream, pick the perspective that says, I'm clearing fear. I'm letting go of old fear that I used to have. I'm bringing balance into my life. Okay, because your perspective is really going to assist how this unfolds next. So, how interesting was that? That was deep. I hope that totally made sense. We are bringing balance into the picture, like real balance. Real balance. Waking up every day and enjoying life, that's balance. Working hard, but working hard at the things you love, that's balance. Being the best version of yourself, that's balance. Right? Feeling safe, feeling secure. Understanding that fear and anger and aggression, they serve a purpose, but in balance. Right? Somebody the other day, I was working with a client and they said, I would never want to be fearful. I want to get rid of fear. I want to get rid of all the fear that I have. And I thought, well, I didn't think. I mentioned to them, I said, when fear is sitting in the right seat, it serves you. Let's say you're walking down the road and it's laid out and all of a sudden you're not feeling too good. Like, I feel a little nervous. Fear is coming up to be looked at. Now, it might be indicating that you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And in that situation, fear would be serving you. Okay? So there are many ways that fear, anger, and aggression, these lower vibrational things, they serve you if they're in the right seat. It's making sure that they're in the right seat and not running your life that we have to be sure of. Now, we've all been running a program where, I don't know why I keep going into fear. So I don't know if this dream that you had was unsettling, kind of just like, what was that? And maybe you've had more than one as well. But I feel like there's a particular dream that sticks out to you and you got to go into that dream, okay? That takes us into the meditation card. There's a message there. I'm also noting that she's kind of in flames. So it's almost like she's clearing out. There's that clearing out confirmation. It's so interesting. Okay, your higher self is working in the background on your behalf at all times. This is something you have to know. Your higher self is like, I'm here. I've always been here. I've been working with you. Whatever is not serving you has to come up. If you're unaware of how to move energy, which a lot of us are because it's not a part of our original program that we were taught, then your higher self and your body will do it for you. And a lot of times this will happen in the dream state. Look at that. Did you see that? The moon, ace of cups, the lovers. What? I haven't used these cards in a read for a while. So that was definitely, and there's 3 of them. So I'm going to take them. The moon is usually something that you can't see or that you don't know. Coming out in reverse makes me feel like, okay, there's something that you do know on a higher level, but you don't know. Okay, so that's what it is. Your higher self is really stressing the fact that they're working on your behalf in the background. Okay, the moon card in general has the energy of you can't see the full picture. Coming out in reverse makes me feel like you can see the full picture, which brings me into this idea that on a higher level, you can see the full picture, but right here where you're at, you might not fully know, okay? Okay, there's also a dream you recently had. There's information that you need to uncover. There's information in that dream that's going to serve you. Balance. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Look at that. Look at that. Ace of Cups, finding balance. Forward movement. Feeling good. Look at that cup overflowing. Oh, I love it. Meditation, the Lovers in reverse. How interesting. So you got a couple things coming out here. Some of the movement that's happening may be affecting, okay, you're changing. You're changing as a person. Your inner masculine, your inner feminine, it's all changing. And so I feel like as you change, there may be relationships in your life that are changing right now. And you have to go deep within yourself to figure out some of these answers. Quiet your mind and just touch base. Talk to your higher self. There is something, it's funny. Okay, normally when I do reads, your higher self communicates with my higher self. My higher self communicates with me. I feel a slight, this is positive, but a slight positive aggression behind your higher self with, I need to be heard. I need to be heard. I need to be heard. So I don't know if you don't feel like you're heard, but remember, if you want to feel heard, then you have to hear yourself. This is important, okay? So this week with your masculine side, you have to take time to check in with yourself. There's so many beautiful things that are moving, but it might be a little bit like, what is happening? You might not know. With that moon being in reverse, it's like, you know that you're moving in the right direction, but there are so many pieces that you don't know, the how, the who's, the what's. And there are some things that your higher self wants you to be aware of as you continue moving forward. But I gotta tell you, the overall energy is really beautiful though. I mean, with this Ace of Cups in balance in the middle here, meditation as a 32 is a 5. And you got the Lovers, which is a 6, but to me it's coming out as a 9. There is some type of closure going on here. Past loved ones. This may be fear that was created from previous relationships. You may be having dreams with like exes or people that you've shared relationships with. There's just this energy of something that was really passionate closing out. It's closing out and it's moving. But in a weird way, who you really are is coming to surface. This is an interesting read. This is an interesting read, guys. Let's clarify some of this. All right. Tell me about this dreams and the moon. Yeah, there is something that you don't know. Look at that. There is something that you don't know, but your higher self does, and you can feel it, okay? Your dreams are coming to life, but in order to align to that vibration, any lower vibrational fears have to go. And they're going to be going through illness, through cramping, through not feeling well, through vivid dreams. Okay, this is how the body eliminates lower vibrations. So there's something that is like, I don't know what's going on, but yet there's somewhere inside of you that's like, I know I have to do this to get to where I'm trying to go. So truly you do know what's going on. It's just a matter of picking that perspective and energizing that belief. You know, okay, I'm clearing fear because I'm aligning. Look at that. Because I'm aligning. And that means looking at all the aspects of your life. there is some type of closure going on with some type of relationship or a person. This is also going to be you too, though. Like, as you become another person, as you step into this new you're changing. The people that used to match your frequency will no longer match your frequency because you're shifting, you're changing, you're raising in vibration. Look at this. So this is beautiful. The Queen, which is your vision, all right? So your masculine is supporting your vision. Your Queen is popping in here to say she is coming in hot. The Spade to me is growth, expansion. The Queen energy is your vision. Every single day, your vision is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Like I said, if you haven't checked out the feminine read on Sunday, I highly advise checking it out because we talked about 25 seconds 4 times a day, putting yourself in the experience that you're trying to create. 25 seconds 4 times a day. It's 100 seconds out of your whole day, right? 1 minute and 40 seconds in your whole entire day. Your feminine vision is coming to life and it feels good. Allow yourself to feel good. Continue putting all your eggs in that basket. Do not move out of fear. Do not make decisions because you're nervous. Follow your intuition and trust that you will be guided. And it's beautiful because then it takes us into this Jack of Diamonds, which Jack is all about preparation. It's coming towards you. And Diamonds is here, tangible in this reality. You're already living your dream in many ways if you pick that perspective, all right? Take some deep breaths. You're eating, you're breathing, you're smelling. You're moving toward the direction of what you want to create. It's being slow and steady, a little confusing, bit of a rough ride, but the only reason that is because you're clearing out all these energies from different fragments of yourself and previous lifetimes. All this old fear that it's been crammed down our throats, it's coming up and out. So it might be a little rocky, and that's just because you're clearing out the energy. The only way to clear out the energy, like let's say you have a ball of energy in your field, and let's just say it's fear. Something happened, created fear. So now you have this ball of energy in your field. What happens is you'll have to encounter another event that creates the fear, but then by feeling the fear, you actually clear it. So it's through the events that you're going through that you're actually clearing old stale energy. I do spiritual development. If you're interested in taking a course with me, please reach out. I work purely off donations, so finances is not an obligation. If you have any more interest in learning how to manipulate and clear your energy field, I would love to assist you. That is what I do. So this is really beautiful because it's just like your masculine side is like making room for your vision. That's what your masculine side's doing right now. So I almost feel like for this week, any dreams or any things that happen, take a second to check in with yourself. This is really important. What's happening is that your masculine side is building a relationship with your higher self. This is extremely necessary because, again, your feminine side, she definitely builds a relationship with your higher self because it's like, well, what is my vision? And through that, you kind of trigger this healing process. And then as you anchor that vision, your masculine side, which is the steps that you start taking, you start doing things toward that vision. And it almost becomes like, I can't even do the things I used to do because I'm so excited and in love with what I'm doing now. Okay, and that means there's been an altar in your masculine side. So it's really beautiful because your feminine has anchored this vision and now your masculine is in full support. So there are things that are kind of going on a little bit, but your higher self is taking care of that, making sure that you're clearing out the lower vibrations. All you got to do is make sure that you're keeping a strong perspective. Everything is moving in the direction I need it to move. I'm having these weird wonky events happen because they're old lower energies coming up to be cleared. This is the perspective you have to pick. If you pick a perspective that, oh my gosh, why am I so why am I so fearful right now? You're gonna stuck the energy, right? You don't want to do that. You want to let it flow through you. Pick a perspective that serves you. I'm going through this because I am clearing the old, right? That's your job in your masculine. The other thing for your masculine is to make sure that you're taking a few minutes to check in with your higher self on a daily basis right now, especially with this 9 energy. You've got things closing out. People around you are being moved. Things are shifting, okay? It's extremely important that your masculine side checks in with your higher self. What do you want me to do today? Where should we go? Maybe today's going to be a little different. Let it be a little different. All right? Let your higher self, let your masculine self work with that higher part of yourself, which is something we're very unfamiliar with. Right? We're so used to get up, go do this, go do that. Our masculine has been abiding to everything that society has told us to do our whole lives. So it's a different concept to be able to sit here and say, you know what? You can actually hear yourself today. And what do you want to do? Let's do things that keep us in a higher vibration. Let's do things that make us feel good. Right? So that's a really beautiful thing. Just to leave off here, I'll get 2 advice cards. What is the advice from the higher self for the week? It's time to release negativity. It came out in reverse. There may be something along this lines that you haven't wanted to look at that you need to look at, all right? That's why you might be having these dreams. There's a message too in there that's like, hey, you gotta look at this. So if there's anything that you've been like a little nervous to look at, take time for yourself. Call in your higher self and sit down with it. I'm nervous about this relationship shifting. I need to really think and get clear. What is it that I want to create, and be real with my soul? Create that space for your masculine and your soul to sit down together. All right? Because your masculine is the steps that you're taking. If your steps that you're taking are not in alignment with your soul, then we got something we got to look at here. All right? And these vivid dreams may be happening to let you know, hey, something needs to be looked at that you're not looking at. Something needs to be communicated. All right? So there is an energy that has to go here that you know has to go, but I think it creates a little bit of this fear. Conclusions are within reach. A win-win outcome is forecasted. Now, they did all come out in reverse, which makes me feel like there's something you have to look at and release. And as soon as you do that, floodgates are opening. It's not like a win-win outcome is forecasted, it's in reverse, which means this looks really bad. No, that's not how your higher self works. Your higher self loves you in all moments. And you are the creator of your reality. This is coming out in reverse to tell you we can't get to your win-win outcome until you release the negativity. Release the fear. Be real with yourself about who you are. As soon as you do that, look at this. Ace of Cups, balance, your vision coming to life. A win-win forecast coming out. Conclusions finally being in reach. Things making sense that didn't make sense before. There is some type of relationship that's going to be closing out, but that's going to be because it's going to be in alignment with you. And remember, any relationship that changes out is because you are changing. And as we are ending off, guys, as we are ending off, okay, you can't make it up. You as a person are changing, and as you shift in vibrations and as you change, the people in your reality are going to change. All right? This is all a part of the process. So, that was beautiful. I love that. This week, you need to check in with yourself. Spend a few minutes by yourself in the car or at the house or at the park or wherever it works for you. Spend a few minutes where you can sit down and literally say, higher self, come on in, work with me. Masculine side, come on in, I want to introduce you to. I want to start doing things on a regular basis that serve me. I want my habits to be from a place of love rather than a program in my subconscious. Okay, why are you participating in activities that don't serve you? That's the conversation that we have to have. So this week, this is all about sitting down and making that space for a conversation. That's why the dreams are happening. A conversation needs to happen with yourself, where you have to be very real with yourself. Okay, remember, you are safe. Call in that higher self, claim your protection. I am safe and I am here to get clarity. Allow your masculine and your higher self, your soul, to sit down, have a conversation. Bring in the feminine if you think it's going to help, right? And as a whole unit, sit down and talk. Where am I going? What am I doing? What is my experience down here? What do I want to create next? Your higher self has all these answers, but you got to make the space to hear them. You have to be willing to hear them. All right? So that's what this week is all about. Your masculine and your soul sitting down together, figuring out the direction that you're moving. All right? So meditate, check in with yourself, and know that as soon as you clear this, as soon as you have that conversation, you're not going to have that much work before the floodgates open. It's really about holding that space for yourself and hearing yourself. If you can do that, game on. So I hope that this assisted you guys. I will leave all the information below. If you're interested in getting a reading, please reach out. As I had mentioned, I do spiritual development coaching. I work purely off donations. Anything that you donate, I ask it comes back to you in trifold. I appreciate it. It keeps me up and running. But I truly don't think that when it comes to spiritual development, anybody should be charged for this information. It is your birthright to have this information, as to understand how the universe works and how to have a relationship with your higher self. So if that resonates with you, then please, please, please reach out. If you want a reading, reach out. Like I said, I'll leave the information below. Thank you guys so much for loving and supporting me while I love and support you. And I am in full support of you taking some time this week at some point in time, sitting down with your masculine. And do you hear that wind? Oh my gosh, right before we're getting ready to get off too. I can feel it. I got chills all over, all right? Your higher self is so excited. This is a really exciting time to be alive, guys. So get hype, because you got a lot coming towards you in the future, but you have to create it, okay? In the past, we've been told that we're just at the fate of the universe, and that could not be further from the truth. You are powerful, my friend. You are powerful. You are more powerful than you have ever been taught, and you are way more powerful than you're aware of. All right? Take some time. Check in with yourself. You're safe. Love you guys. Hello, beautiful. It is so beautiful out. It is just so beautiful.